All right, peace, fam. We waited long enough. This clown. All right. I mean, we're going to get into some stuff here, among other things as well. I mean, I'm not going to go through every video that we've seen with Umar already. Let me go ahead and check my levels here. Pardon me, I was about to. Oh, here we go. Hold on, folks. Hold on. All right, yeah. That's gonna give you guys a chance to get in. Yeah, this dude right here, Charlemagne, is a problem. He's definitely a problem, and this is something we just got to discuss. And we at this stage of the game, you think it's the bottom feeders that are keeping Umar afloat. Nah, that's not the case. All right, and we'll get into it. Let's go ahead and allow some of the people to come into the building. All right, be with you in a second.
Marijuana by name, ganja flowing through my vein, going to my brain. It's like this, it's like this.
When you see, I wonder why. Must be the high grade in your eyes. You look like you're about to fight. You is high grade. I don't care what popular say. We're gonna burn it anyway. Black blood alone smoke a whole saute.
So me say ganja me smoke every day. 15, 16 spliff a day. Good purple skunk from me as say. Move out of my way, me make me weed entry. But long weed a bun more than a century. Go and farm a man, just go and farm me. And one ganja man, just go and plant it. Cause every time you do that, you do it for me.
When you look sleepy, I wonder why. Must be the high grade in your eye. When you look like you're about to fight. You is high
just got some smoking and and this is what His Majesty decline. Take off your wings, youth man, and fly like a bird high in the sky, and let them know say you are conquering lion, coming from the tribe of Judah. Some back when you don't have no roots and culture, leave them alone, them a go burn in a fire. Fire. I know I let my two see that eye. I see it to bright as the night. I know I let my two see that eye. I see it to bright as the night.
If it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that this should have been love. Alright. But I never promised you no roses. Valentine's chocolates and I don't think of roses. Me don't hear about the talk, say you the little things you don't. I know I recognize it. But I never meant to break your heart. The heart broken at the process. I wish I never was so smart. The time has come to pass. Every moment I remember now I said right. Baby, I've been hurting inside ever since you walked out my life. Still I just can't hide that this should have been love. Alright. If it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that this should have been, could have been love. Alright. Could it have been the car when me drive? Or could it have been the herb fishing no light? I dream me day a studio late at night. Make you feel say me I keep another life. Still should never sleep, because I sleep with it. I think I'll be emergency, because I sleep with it. I king pop. TNT get hot. Sophisticated weapons get away from them black. Beat them like a shot. Chant and lick it back. Trade union workers, government, them attack. That was a state of emergency. Because a state, because a state of emergency. Because it's negative, a state, my love, in a being Simon Vinyl,
television and religion are the tools of Babylon implement. Corrupting Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. Hey, they want to come for them and come make we chant him down. Great power and sound. Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. Hey, they want to come for them and come make we chant him down. Great power and sound.
I'm keeping it real. So we are live, we live and let's live. So we are live, I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. So we are live, we live and it's big. As a man, you must be able to find work and put food on the table. There's no time to sit around to play the fool or be around. In the days of player haters, real hustlers and gold diggers, now have no time to watch the plays. Then find the people who have no place. I'm keeping it real. We live and let's live. I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. So we're living it big. As we say, life's what you make it. You have a plan, you got to reach it. You work hard, you must get paid to live good for another day. Jesus, no bother with the tension, no bother with the stress. Take it easy, we are deal with progress. Peace and love and happiness. I said to ease up, we don't need no commotion. Cause everything is darkness. I said to ease up, no bother try to pressure me. And that is where I rest. Cause I remember when me had a yammy, me used to run dance club and party. And outside of the club and teach them hostility. Them can't bring that on we. Rubber where we play a panel still down. The DJ round the mic and him a keep the place strong. Now bother come here so like you are raging star. You can't bring that on we. Me say to ease up, no bother with the tension. I say no bother with the stress. I say to ease up, we are
I know them times are.
Yeah, I know the times are hard. Yes, I know. Hey guys, what's going on? Put some ones in the building if you hear me okay. Put some ones in the building if you hear me okay. I'm just gonna, we're just gonna go from part to part here. Shout out to everyone who's coming to the building. Lisa, what's up? Euro, what's up? Funk Soldier, what's popping? Choco. Yeah, anyone else? Listen, this dude right here in the picture with Fat Boy is a problem. He really is. And for years, we've been telling you that the Breakfast Club is an illegitimate platform. It really is. And you think that they're smart because they are more, look, they're not far right. They're more, they're more on, they'll say a lot of things that, you think are revolutionary, but they're really not. All right. And Charlemagne, for him to say what he says, I mean, some people may say, oh, he's trolling. Right now is not a time to troll. It really isn't. Right now is not a time to troll. Right now is not a time to play with people's emotions because people are pretty riled up. And your boy here, Umar, who I believe, look, I know we're looking at everything right now, and he's it's not kind of, he is getting dragged all over these streets by everybody. And you'll know, by the way, when a dragging is real, when everybody's coming after you. All right. It's not just black people that are going in on the Umar content. I've seen white folks. All right. I've seen white women, white kids, okay, people from other races, told other sectors. It's kind of, and I'm not going to say it's gone mainstream, but people on the bigger platforms, this, I guess, is a big deal, but they're speaking on it without, you know, I understand you might not, I understand that you may see this guy all online, but you may not know. I'm sure some of you have seen this. What's this woman's name? Crystalline, I think her name is. You know, the woman with the missing tooth, right? And her boyfriend, Blueface. I think the dude's name is Blueface. I have, and his mother, I think. I see them all over the internet. I could not tell you about that. I don't know how that story started. I hear bits and pieces. Okay, Whack 100, I think, is his manager. I think he does music. I've never heard a song. This girl, young girl with a missing tooth. I'm like, no one's even talked about how she's missing her tooth. How are you that young? She doesn't look like she's on drugs. Again, I haven't seen her enough. Maybe she is. I don't know. But I don't know. I like, you can see someone online a lot, but you really don't know the story. But apparently they're big stories. Scrappy, what's his name? Scrappy, I think he's on one of those reality shows. I heard someone say that on one of those love and hip hop shows, he's impregnated every guest. I don't know, but I see him everywhere, right? I see him everywhere, everywhere. I don't know. So I can understand where some people may not know what's going on. And yes, Lisa, people know, they've heard of Umar, but they're not really, they really haven't done a deep dive. All right. They haven't done a deep dive with him at all. I guess Lennon and this other dude, Jay Will, went over his dissertation. Somebody finally found this dude's dissertation. See, that in itself, just the fact that it took all of this effort to come out to people to start digging even deeper to scrape up his dissertation, that it's in itself is shady. All right. That in itself is shady. That you just found out his dissertation. Oh, by the way, um, because somebody put it in the chat that the dissertation where let me just see what I read here. Let me see what I read. Let me see what I read regarding the dissertation. Because somebody think it was Raw B, and I'm gonna bring her up too. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Shout out to Robbie. Big ups to her for blowing up one of Umar's flunkies. We'll get into that later. All right. But um what did this person say? Yeah, cellulite. I'm guess from what I understand, that's her husband. I don't, but they're together. I know that. But he put up a post in Lenin's chat. Umar's dissertation is a direct copy of one done by a guy named Jerry Trusty, Richard E. Watts, and Magaik Lim. The dissertation was in January 1995. Did this man plagiarize his dissertation? That's something to look into now. Holy smokes. And I saw some other guy, like I said, a white guy was going over Umar. Everybody is on this man's neck and everybody's reporting on this dude. And we'll also, like, I guess the first video, y'all saw the video where he was dressed like just I don't know how people even take this Negro seriously. But you remember him when he was dressed like this and just looking totally looking like he just left the Carter on a 2-day binge or something. But and of course you remember this where he said that the bank froze his money. Now, anyone who's lived long enough, anybody who's had a couple of who's had stuff taken from their account, that happened to me twice this year. Twice. All right. That happened to me twice, and that is not a fun experience. And one of them was so brazen, and that didn't get solved yet. They actually walked up to the bank teller, showed the ID, and took out about $3,000. Yeah, I was highly pissed off. Highly. All right. $3,000. Just walked up and took that cash. All right. And I saw it and I had to report it to the bank. And they listen, um nobody shut off my account. No one shut off my account. I had another account, okay, because you have more than one account. If you have, if you're a work mother, you have more than one bank account because these things happen. But another account where somebody actually used my card to purchase some stuff out in at a Walmart in it was in Utah, either Utah or Seattle or Portland. Use my account in Utah at a Walmart in Portland twice. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So that happened to me, but they never cut off my account. I had to go to the bank. I said, "Yeah, look, what's going on here? This is what happened. I still can get." They didn't shut off my account, but I'll tell you what though. Long time ago, I worked overnight at a supermarket. All right, and the check wasn't that big. It was just an overnight, and I just basically just sat around. But here's what happened though. Worked overnight at a supermarket, right? Um, and I saw my check. I was getting paid what, like, it was part time. So basically, what was it, like 300, 400 a week, whatever. But the math wasn't mathing though, based on what I made per hour. And I went up to the account. I'm like, yeah, the check, my check's kind of light. You know what I'm saying? Something's going on. This number doesn't, when I do the multiplication, it doesn't seem to jive with with what it's supposed to be. And so the accountant looked at the check and she said, "Oh, wait a minute. Look at wait. Oh, snap. You're getting garnished." I said, "What?" Turns out that I owed the IRS some money. Not even a lot either. It was like $1,000 something. These guys went in and they started garnishing my check. They started garnishing my check. So the point is, the IRS, the only time somebody does shit like that, and when you're talking about a dude who collects and asks for cash apps, and he's a sole provider, and he's a sole proprietor, and you don't know what money is coming in. And what's laughable, long time ago, I had mentioned that in my original video about Umar, the weed and seed, how people get money, how you can get donations, 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 and they're just coming from everywhere. And it's clear he doesn't do much accounting, but he just gets donations, cash apps, PayPal, blah, blah, blah. That's how this dude gets his money. So how can he keep track of it, especially if he's just a sole proprietor? So the IRS clearly was looking into this and said, "Oh, wait a minute, hold up a second, bruh, 1 second, time out. All right, what's going on here?" Because the story that he tried to make a nothing burger a long time ago with the cease and desist. Come on, you think the IRS didn't take a look at that? I'm very interested. I want to hear, or I'm also going to speak a little bit about some of the bitch made Umar defenders, like Shion Cock, like D. Durrell, like the goofy guys. Um, I think it's clear that Umar appeals to bum niggas and hoes. Can we just and dirty like ratchet hoes? Can we just be honest about that? He appeals to bum niggas and ratchet hoes. That's his appeal. Let's get back to Charlemagne. Let's get back to this clown. All right. See, what's so troubling about Charlemagne, all right? And let's just, we really want to set the tone here for your boy, all right? But where are we at? Oh yeah. Y'all remember this? Huh? I'm sure y'all remember this.
I need a drop, son. I need a drop, baby. What's up? Come on. Let's get a drop.
Yeah, that's one of the many L's that Charlemagne had. But this is when I guess he was talking shit about Little Kim. And Little Kim, hey, she got goons on deck. This is well known. This is a woman that got goons on deck. And I guess she sent the Goonie Goons out to come after Charlemagne and meet him. He's like walking into work in the morning and they waited outside for him. And of course, they gave him, yeah, walked in and did the show with some extra makeup on his face. Let's just say that. But this dude right here, man, the thing is, and what makes it so frustrating, this guy has his ear to the street. He has his ear to the street. So for him to go out and start capping for your boy Umar Johnson is very frustrating, especially with all the information out there. But let's let's go ahead and watch. And like I said, we're gonna get into some other things as well. But where are we? Not this. Yeah, let me move this over here. All right. Let's move this over and listen to your boy Charla. And yeah, those goons were outside, man. And what's up? First letter rhyme flow. Where are we at? Here we go. Share the screen. Okay, let's listen to the bullshit. Let's go.
Let me tell you something. That video right there should prove to people that Dr. Umar is exactly who he's always claimed to be. Because Dr. Umar has never asked anybody for a personal dollar. People always think that when he's asking for donations, he's doing it for selfish reasons, but the school is in Delaware. Like, we can't sit here and act like that school is not in Delaware. We can't sit here and act like, he hasn't shown us all the renovations he's done on the school. I think,
So what's that have to do with his personal finances?
He said they froze his account.
What's that got to do with the school?
He says that he's paying all those bills through his personal account.
Well, that's not how you run a school.
I mean, again, this is haven't we been saying this forever about this dude? You just fix this a little bit. Give me a sec. Hold on. Not this. General. Okay. Hold on. We'll just okay. I see what I did. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go back to this. But notice you see questions that people have been asking this dude for a very long time. We've been saying this, bro. We have been saying all of this stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, what happened with the school? Blah, blah, blah. That's just okay. All right, then. Let's play this again. Let's go.
Oh, Chris, don't, you're asking too many, your Adderall's kicking in. You're asking the real questions.
So maybe that's,
I believe him.
Yeah, real questions. And of course, who's the guy with him, the white guy, Andrew Schultz? Yeah, because Andrew flamed Umar before, and we defended Umar. All right, because of course, Andrew's this white boy that came into the culture. He's just another culture vulture. This show alone, all right, should have people give the side eye to Charlemagne. Why is he inviting this dude into the culture? And now people are attacking him for attacking black women, but you invited him in. Well, let's continue.
So maybe that's the thing. Maybe Dr. Umar just hasn't been up on his business the way he should have been all of these years.
Hold on a second. Isn't that what people always use? That's an excuse that people always use. That, he's a bad businessman. He's a bad businessman. Yeah, maybe he's not the best. If he's a bad businessman, why doesn't he have a business counselor? Why are you shaming us for not giving this dude money if he's a bad businessman? How about that? Why are they attacking him if he's a bad business? Why are they attacking us? And we're saying, yeah, he's been a bad businessman for what, over 2 decades? But you want us to still give him money. And how does he not know this after all these years? But you got to ask yourself, though, Charlemagne, since you're supporting him, did you give him any money? Did the Breakfast Club give him a check? If this is such a big deal, this is such a good thing, ask Charlemagne. Someone should press Charlemagne. Did the Breakfast Club, or did you give him a personal check, put out that check, or else? Because you keep pushing this guy in our face saying we need to support him.
I think that could be
I just don't think Dr. Umar would get out there and personally ask for money if he was using that money for personal reasons. If he was using the money he was getting for schools for personal reasons, even if his account was frozen, he wouldn't get online and expose himself like this and ask for actual money and tell everybody, hey, my accounts are frozen.
I believe him, man.
Hold on a second. Hold on. He wouldn't ask for money for himself. Hold on a second, bro. Let's go back in time for a second. He's not going to ask for money at all, or get online, start begging.
Donations. Gifts.
I need a drop, son. Jeez.
Donations. 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 Gifts. 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 More gifts. More gifts. More gifts. Sister Tammy Gilmore, you want a $2 refund? I'll be damned if I give you 8 quarters back. You don't even want to give 8 quarters to black boys? Damn that, sister. You're not getting no refund. Quaker Grits is $20 million a year off black folks. Quaker Grits? Can I have your grit money for 1 year? Give me your grit money for 1 year and I will build 10 schools across this country. Give me your grits. Give me your Quaker grits. No more grits for 1 year. Can we sacrifice our grits for 1 year? Can we sacrifice the grits? If you give me the grits, 19 million on Quaker grits. Brothers and sisters, give me your grit money, give me your weave money, give me your perm money, your Jordan money, your Alizé money, your 40-ounce money. We need the money, brothers and sisters. How about you hit the Cash App?
I'm gracious, but I'm not content. Because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000. Trifling ass black.
I don't know how in the hell he got over saying that shit. I don't understand that. Black people, there's less black people in this country. We have less money. And we gave your crusty ass $250,000 in less in 6 months. Crusty ass nigga. And my last video in this fool, you saw the school, $250,000 isn't gonna pay for half that shit. This crusty ass bastard. But maybe, I don't know. Maybe your boy Charlemagne is afraid of admitting that he got scammed. All right, possibly. I mean, that might be the case. Maybe they did the same thing with Polite. You seen the same thing with Nature Boy and something. Maybe he's afraid of getting scammed. All right, but the fact that you're this bigger platform and you know this is going on, why even say anything? Why even say anything? And keep in mind, he is, I guess maybe because he's close to Umar, he's friends with Umar, he's afraid to put him on blast. But if that's the case, don't say anything. Maybe Andrew Schultz set him up, because again, Andrew Schultz a long time ago called him out and and debated Tariq Nasheed and completely flamed. Like, how are these guys supposed to be fighting for black people and they get flamed by these bigoted white boys? What is this? He got absolutely destroyed. But when Charlamagne says that shit, man, you wonder if Trump was right, that this guy is maybe this guy is low IQ. I mean, come on, man. Like, people need to ask Charlamagne, how much money has he donated? Because Umar's saying he needs only $440,000. And when Charlamagne was debating Trump's daughter-in-law, he was saying how, hey, I'm in a higher tax bracket, so this big, beautiful bill isn't going to hurt me because I'm in a higher tax bracket. Well, since you're in such a high tax bracket, bro, why don't you give some of that money? 40,000 should be pocket change for you. He's got to be making in the high 6 figures, maybe 7 figures with all the gigs he got. Why don't you just throw him $20,000? But you know that you can't do. You would not throw him 5,000 because you know that you're gonna have to keep track of that shit. You know you're gonna have to keep track of that shit. And if you give him the 20,000, and if he does what he's done to everybody else, whether it's King Randall, which who came out the other day and spoke on this, and all the people who gave him money, he's going to have to say, "Gee, I haven't seen anything yet." Just give him. Breakfast Club is a huge platform. If he's legit, collect the 40,000 or 70,000, whatever it is, to pay the taxes. But he knows he doesn't want to do that. Charlemagne has his ear to the street. He knows what's going on. Umar has no job. He's never had more than enough time to open up the school. Doesn't matter if he's never or will ever get. This is why he'll never get money. But what it is that, let's be real. Only kids can go to that school if the people are in Delaware. That's some other shit that Umar was talking about. Umar was talking about getting people from as far as Canada on buses. But here's another thing that Umar said. Let's just take this off for a second before someone gets sensitive and flags me. Let's go to Instagram for a sec. I'm gonna go to Insta. From Charlotte to Insta. Peace to everybody that's coming to the building. But I do have a burner account where, where your boy Umar, because he did put me in the book of Negroes, and I got sent to the block party with my original Instagram account. So, but where are we at here? There's a couple of things he said. There's something that he said. All right, look at this shit. I want you to take a look at this, folks. Look at this, and this man has so much chutzpah as far as what he'll say, knowing that people are going to believe him. Because I've run into people who, to this day, I had to walk off of a platform because someone brought up, "Oh well, Umar bought the buildings, but he got the buildings, brother." Well, look at what this man just posted. Does anybody that's criticizing Dr. Umar actually know the difficulty of opening up a 100% private school with zero state or government funding? Now, I've spoken about this before, folks, about, there's nothing wrong with getting state funding. Doesn't mean that you sold out. You can flex it, you can manipulate it. There's nothing wrong with you getting state funding. Doesn't mean that you sold out. But let's see, what did I do here? Okay. Hold on. Okay, there it is. Good. But for state or zero private funding, guys, how are you his main, we've spoken about this so many times. It's like ad for them. You've seen who his main customers are. They're women, they're single mothers from the hood. And he's charging $500 per month or something. 500, whatever money he's charging, they're not going to be able to afford the shit. And then you got to pay the teachers. See, everybody's bringing this up. I'm going to go to some of their platforms in a second. Now they're bringing up shit that we've said before about how much money it was going to cost. But he said, the last question that really bothered me. Has anyone pulled up to the school to offer help or labor? Nigga, come on. How many people have you seen? How many old ladies have you seen painting the side of that school? How many people walked up to Umar and said, "I will do the HVAC for you"? The HVAC, as I said before, $9,000 to $15,000 for labor for HVAC. Said, "Oh, I'll do that for free, Umar." Huh? What about the guy that did the rendering for Umar? He's lying through his fucking teeth. Seriously? And this is someone else, an independent hope, some fuckboy, I guess, who's one of Umar's followers. Look at this. And this guy has a fairly large following. 135. Has anyone that's criticizing Umar actually gone to the school? Yes, I have. It does exist. Have you ever picked up a brush, hammer, or pipe or wrench to help? Why would I do that where if I get hurt, I'm not going to be insured? Stupid. Do y'all keep this same energy when it comes to real issues plaguing our community? This is a real issue in the community. This man is collecting money for a fake fucking school. Fuck are you talking about? The school might succeed. There was never a school, nigga. Never a school. Or it might fall short, as many projects do. Especially, this wasn't even what project? No, there was no plan behind this. The school might succeed or it might fall short, as many projects do, especially when they aren't embraced. Oh my God. Did you hear what I just played about how black people gave this dude $250,000? But what's wild is the negativity he gets. What? Remember when folks swore his degrees were fake and nobody even bothered to call the schools? Actually, they did. There's a difference between a degree and a certificate. And why did it take us this long to scrape and find his fucking dissertation? Oh boy. I had promised to be calm about this. Come on, man. 2 minutes of effort could have cleared it. We've been this. See what's bothering. What really annoys me with these people, they're bringing up stuff that we had answered years ago about the degrees and everything else. We answered that years ago. But question: why hasn't Umar answered it? Why hasn't he picked up, showed in front of the world? These are my credentials. He's credited this. He has to every year. Information Man talked about this. You got to go back and take tests to recertify yourself. Is he certified? How about that? You're a school psychologist and you don't get certified on the regular? Oh my God. This is why Umar will always have a seat at the table. Because of this, people like this. 2 minutes of effort, popular belief often becomes fact when it is lazy confirmation. God damn. That's really weird. Add unemployed. Man, oh man. Okay, at least I offered to help with anything since I live not too far, and he said I have to donate that. See, I'm going in. This is his platform. I'm thinking he might send people to the block party. Maybe he hasn't. So this guy said, yeah, he did offer to help. And he said I'd have to donate to help. Let's see what they say to this dude. Do you pay your bills, contractors, and chewing gum? It takes it. Oh shit. Folks, he is all and all. Well, looky here. Looky here. Wait a minute. It takes crowdfunding to get it done. Crowdfunding to run a school, you stupid motherfucker. Crowdfunding to run a school? Oh my God. And who's this? A pick me, of course. Of course. Of course. Of course. Good grief. Tell you, man, be careful. Don't think that this is going to finish Umar. Do not think this is going to finish Umar. Let's go down the list. Free labor is dope, but it takes money to get supplies, licensing, permits, and tools to open a whole school. Keep that energy when white people's businesses get you. Oh, God. Let's answer that real quick because people keep saying, why don't you do this with white people? Blah, blah, blah. We do it with white people. The thing is, with white folks, when they do this, there's a place you can go to get justice. See, this is why Tariq Nasheed, when he opened up the hookah lounge and people were calling him on it, he brought up the term plebiscites because he didn't want anybody to keep him accountable. He didn't want anybody to keep him accountable. All right? If you're doing a building like that, the zoning and all that other, this is why he brought up the zoning and I can't get I can't get the zoning right, and I can't get permits and all this. Can't get any of that shit, but he can get you reparations. and people were calling him on it. So he ran in front of it before it happened, saying, "Yeah, we don't let the plebiscite babble fool you." And the plebiscite battle is, "Oh, we're gonna try to keep you accountable." That's why he jumped in front of it. And so when this fool says, "Oh, when white people get your order wrong," yeah, if a white person gets my order wrong at McDonald's, I walk up to him and I say, "You got my order wrong. Can you change it?" If they spit in my food, I can write to the president, or I can say, "This is what happened to my food. All right, I want my money back." That's how the businesses go. Unbelievable. Let me see what's going on in the chat. What's going on, Information Man and Quando7? Let me tell you, bro. I mean, this is just the last call. What's going on, Christine Williams? You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is insane. Other crazy critters. Now, I agree with them on that one. Amount of money black people spend on bullshit. No, come on, bro. First of all, whatever. If we spend money on grits, we get to taste the grits and eat the grits. If we're giving this fool money and he doesn't have, and he just has abandoned buildings, why do you think he's paying? He told you in one of his videos he's got to pay because it's an abandoned building. He told you this. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, this is like, come on, bro. But let's move. Let's see what else is said here. Nah, I believe anything you type in this app. Still riding with him. Some of y'all are riding with these rappers who make music for the devil. But Umar loves these rappers. Umar wants to be a rapper. Have you ever heard some of the shit that falls out of Umar's mouth? Matter of fact, let's go back for a second. Let's go to one of Umar's videos where let's speak to the ladies for a second. I just want to talk to the ladies for a second. All right. I want Papa to break it down for you. I'm not gonna get into it myself. I'm gonna let Papa speak. How about that? Let Big Papa speak. Where are we at here? Where are we at? There's Papa speak a couple of well, here we go. Here, come on, Papa. Hold on a second, Papa. A second, bro. Um, hold on a second. Because see, you're saying that we support these rappers. What's this with Umar? All right. Well, what about this? Black Queens Forever, Snow Bunnies, Lever, Leo season. Hold on a second. I just want to get where he's speaking to the sisters. But this is when he's talking about basically let's see. Now, you know what? Let me play this a little bit for a second. Play this a little bit. Now, I didn't know it looks like he's reading. I didn't notice this. It looks like this dude is reading. Notice this? He's usually looks right into the camera. Looks like dude is reading. Okay, right. Because sometimes it takes time for that refund to come if it comes. If there's a case. Like I said, that happened to me twice this year. I had to move totally differently. All right. But sometimes it takes time. It took me like 2 months before they said, yeah, we had to clear the case. So sometimes it takes time. Guys, again, your accounts don't get frozen if money is stolen from your account. That doesn't. How slow are these guys? Hold on a second. You got to ask yourself how slow these people are. If you got money stolen from your account, then that means you're down some dollars, right? Oh, snap. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me I'm sorry about that. Guys, if you have money stolen from your account, I don't even think you yeah, my bad. Let me go back to this. Let me go. Yeah, my screen is black. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back to this. I'm sorry. Let me go back. Um like his followers are really they're really slow. His followers are slow as hell, y'all. They're slow. Let's keep it a stack. Let's go back here for a second. Listen. Hold on a sec. Here it is. I fucked up.
We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So not only are the accounts frozen,
Guys, we gotta stop right there. Can we use a little bit of common sense here? If you're banking with a bank, especially with the bank who he claims he was with since he was a kid, God, if money is taken out of your account and that's your only account, then how are you going to function? The bank is not going to just shut down your account if the money was stolen. That's someone else's. That's somebody else's fault. But his followers are slow. His followers are dumb. Big ups to again. Go to Raw B. Let me put her. I'm gonna put her video in here. I'm gonna put Raw B's video in here, man, because she completely and totally flamed. We unlocked, flamed that dude, flamed him. All right. Umar deals with bum niggas. All right. Everybody who was rocking with Umar, who was involved in the fuck shit, whether it's the goofy guys, whether it's D Durrell, whether it's We Unlock, whether it's crackhead crackhead smooth or C Rock smooth, whether it's Tiff Griff. Tiff Griff did a video. Here's how much of a bum these guys are. Tiff Griff. Let me show you Tiff Griff for a sec. Let me show you Tiff Griff. Just so that you know the faces of some of these people. African witch bitch. Huh? Okay. Where's it at? Where's it? Okay. Let me just go here for a second. I'm not going to play your video. All right. Nah, not go here. Okay. I'm not even going to play your video. You see this video right here? F you, Brian McKnight. And the video basically started where she said Brian McKnight's got to be the worst father ever. Because those who know, Brian McKnight separated from his family, got a divorce, disowned his kids, and he basically chose a woman who is Asian, Filipino, non-black, and he disowned his kids and called his stepson, the son of the Filipino woman that he went out and married, or Asian or Latin, I don't know what but she's not black. But he called them his sons, and he disowned his kids. And he basically did his first video he was talking about how he helped his kids and he never missed on child support, and he was they went on tour with him, and he paid his sons, or he didn't pay him, he got an apartment for both his sons to live in for 2 years. 2 years he paid for his sons apartments, and he said, all right, I'm going to let you guys go, because from what he was saying, basically he spoiled them, and now he had to cut him off. I guess things got really ugly with his wife. And as I said, the optics just beat him up. But Brian McKnight, this was more of a family situation where things just got ugly. Things got ugly with him and his wife and his family. Anyone, if we've all have these family dynamics, but it's not something where Brian just completely abandoned his kids. The kids were grown-ups. He grew up with them. So now Brian McKnight is going at, his son died, and it just looks pretty bad. But this woman right here, this Miss African, she said in this video, and I'm not playing this shit, he's the worst father ever because he left his black queen. If he's the worst father ever, can somebody tell me what that would make Umar Johnson? The guy who this woman right here, I'm talking about this woman, the African wish bitch, those who are in the sector, this is Tiff Griff. This woman right here. If Brian McKnight is the worst father ever, please tell me what is Umar Johnson, who never saw his kids, who never took his kids out on his job with them. Huh? His daughter's going through a whole mental health crisis. You see the videos. Brian McKnight's son died of cancer. It's not like he did anything to affect him, but it got ugly. Sometimes if you're in the family, listen, your kid may grow up and they may hate you when you're in your adult years. It happens. But she's calling him the worst father ever. What is Umar? Holy cow. This is what I'm saying. People like her, let me get raw beef for a second. And I'm just gonna put the video in there. All right. I'm just gonna put the video in that she did for We Unlock, and that's all you need to know. This guy who didn't work, because what happened? Everybody, as you know, is doing Umar content. I'm gonna get into that in just a second, because a lot of y'all were beating up on people who were doing the Umar content. It wasn't just Lennon. It was everybody. Wasn't just Lennon. It was everybody. All right, trying to ruin lives because people were going after Umar. Now you can't find anybody who's pro Umar except this clown right here. Let me go back to this for a sec. Fair use, by the way, fair use. But I just put her link in the description. But yeah, absolutely cook this dude. Let me just blow this up a little bit. We Unlock Nation. I mean, these guys, what's his name? Mr. Let Go. I guess he's a content creator. He's doing a bunch of videos in Umar now. And so We Unlock, of course, goes on the platform and tries to defend Umar. So KKC pulled up on him. And KKC brought up the fact that this guy right here, this fool, all right? You know who this is, all right? Basically, he brought up the fact that this guy gave $12,000 to Raw B. $12,000 to try to sleep with her. And he's never met this woman. This is a married guy with kids, all right? His wife is working, taking care of the family, and he took $12,000. Doesn't work. And tried to sleep with Raw B. And basically, and I just want to show one thing on this, all right? This is Raw B right here. This is your cohort. But let's just go into a text message that this clown put in there. The text message. Hold on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Basically, she has all the information, right? But let's keep going. Yeah. Let's see. You have a PO box. Blah blah blah. I want to just get to one message that's just gonna just blew my mind. The message was basically she said, yeah, and this is his room, by the way, that he's in, right? Same as Umar, right? But he basically said, yeah, I got money and I want to do a an adult film with you. That's what he said. But I didn't know where he got the money from until she exposed that he supposedly got the money from his mother who died and left him money to take care of her grandkids. So his mother left this dusty ass Negro an inheritance and he spent it on a woman he doesn't know, just sending her money. Just sending her money. And the light-skinned girl right here, he tried to get up with her. She tried to help this dude get a job and get certified. And this bum gave up on it and said, nah, I can't do that. You got TC from the Goofy guys. Y'all remember him. TC, Speakeasy. You also had LV who was following along like the little lapdog. TC has a bunch of kids that he doesn't pay child support for. Back in 2020 when they were causing havoc, TC was saying, yeah, you know, I'm working with Umar because Umar helped me with my child support situation. Nah, Umar was teaching you how to avoid taking care of your kids. And AAS, I don't fuck with AAS, but she basically showed all the paperwork. This guy's a bum that doesn't pay his child support. All of these people that followed D. Durrell, supposed to be this multimillionaire, stealing $30,000. What multimillionaire steals $30,000? Like, come on, man. Umar appeals to bum niggas. Bums. And if you think that this is killing Umar, here, look at what Umar did after all this information came out and here's what Umar had the chutzpah to do. Let's go back to this. Let's go up. Here we go. Let's listen to your brother.
Now, I want to close with this. When I was school hunting in 2017, 2016, 2015, I looked at a school in Newark, New Jersey. It was being rented by a European Jew. I was going to rent the school. Our school was almost in Newark. Y'all don't know this, but you know now. And then the European Jew, no disrespect to the Jewish people, that he looked me up and found out who I was and said, we cannot rent to you. I'm saying all that to say that when we open up the Marcus Garvey Elementary School of the FDMG Academy, as soon as it's ready, we're going to start looking for the next school location. Are y'all following me? So for those of y'all who do real estate in New Jersey, I don't care if it's Newark, Trenton, Camden, Jersey City, my realtors in particular, I need you to find me a nice little school. I don't need no castle. That's a money drain. We don't want no damn castle. I don't want Eastside High Pasadena. No! Get me a school that got about 25, no more than 25 rooms. 25 rooms. I don't need 50. 25 or less. If you find a school, Dr. Umar, they got 12 classrooms. Give me. Dr. Umar, we found a little school in Newark. It got 15 classrooms. gimme. But if we could find us a nice little school, they not charging but a $500,000, $250,000, something around there, we can work with them. Y'all feel me? Because once we open up the first school, the rest of them are gonna start popping like popcorn. Do y'all feel me? Yep. They say the first one is the hardest one. And the only thing we got left to do in the first one is what? Put the tile down. And by the way, if there's anybody here who does tile or sells the tile, listen to me, Newark. It's the only thing we got left to do in the school. Put the tile on the concrete. So if there's any brothers and sisters here who lay it or know where we can buy it for a reasonable price, let me know. You got my number. We ready to move now. If you call me today, Dr. Umar, I got a tile supplier and I lay tile. What you gonna charge me to cover up these 12 floors? Let's go. Once the tile done, we applying for certificate of occupancy. We done, y'all. Tile and done. So find me somebody who do tile. And ladies, if you lay tile, we can have a nice little tile party. At ease. So I want to close.
My God. Wait a minute. What just happened?
Now, I want to close with this. When I was school hunting in 2017, 2016, 2015, I looked at a school in Newark, New Jersey. It was being rented by a European Jew. I was going to rent the school. Our school was almost in Newark. Y'all don't know this, but you know now. And then the European Jew, no disrespect to the Jewish people, that he looked me up and found out who I was and said, we cannot rent to you. I'm saying all that to say that when we open up the Marcus Garvey Elementary School of the FDMG Academy, as soon as it's ready, we're going to start looking for the next school location. Are y'all following me? So for those of y'all who do real estate in New Jersey, I don't care if it's Newark, Trenton, Camden, Jersey City, my realtors in particular, I need you to find me a nice little school. I don't need no castle. That's a money drain. We don't want no damn castle. I don't want Eastside High Pass. No! Get me a school that got about 25, no more than 25 rooms. 25 rooms. I don't need 50. 25 or less. If you find a school, Dr. Umar, they got 12 classrooms. Give me. Dr. Umar, we found a little school in Newark. It got 15 classrooms. Give me. But if we could find us a nice little school, they not charging but a $500,000, $250,000, something around there, we can work with them. Y'all feel me? Because once we open up the first school, the rest of them are going to start popping like popcorn. Do y'all feel me? Yep. They say the first one is the hardest one. And the only thing we got left to do in the first one is what? Put the tile down. And by the way, if there's anybody here who does tile or sells the tile, listen to me, Newark. It's the only thing we got left to do in the school. Put the tile on the concrete. So if there's any brothers and sisters here who lay it or know where we can buy it for a reasonable price, let me know. You got my number. We ready to move now. If you call me today, Dr. Umar, I got a tile supplier and I lay tile. What you gonna charge me to cover up these 12 floors? Let's go. Once the tile done, we applying for certificate of occupancy. We done, y'all. Tile and done. So find me somebody who do tile. And ladies, if you lay tile, have a nice little towel party. At ease. So I want to
Just listen to this. Hold on a second. You missed that.
now, I want to close with this. When I was school hunting in 2017, 2016, 2015, I looked at a school in Newark, New Jersey. It was being rented by a European Jew. I was going to rent the school. Our school was almost in Newark. Y'all don't know this, but you know now. And then the European Jew, no disrespect to the Jewish people.
Anyways, but you get the point. You get the point. Like this is silly, man. It really is. What did we why did this go off here? Anyways. But yeah, man. Crazy, isn't it? It's wild. That's your boy Charlemagne, by the way, getting a fade before he got to work for talking about Little Kim. And her goons basically beat him up, gave him a black eye. He had to put on a little extra makeup before he got in. But he deserved it, man. This guy is still caping for Umar. I did a whole video on the caping that he does for Umar. All right. I did a whole video, and it's really sickening, man, that this dude is not. I mean, again, he knows what's going on in the street, but he knows that Umar equals clicks and it equals views. That's why he's doing what he's doing. Umar equals clicks and views. But let me show you another reason. Let me show you yet another reason why Umar is still going to be welcomed into the community. Let me show you another reason. Now, this right here, wait, hold on. Where is it here? Where is it? 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 Okay, I probably still got that in hiding. So hold on. I'm gonna show you that there's something I'm gonna show you, and one of the prominent guys that are helping to keep this nonsense going. But shout out to everybody that's come through. Spades 93, what's up? Paul Pio Bunyan, what's up? Where are we at, man? Shoot, let me get that. Content. See. Ha, there we go. All right. Did this a while back, folks. All right. Hold on. Let me show you something. And I want to shout out to Dwayne Wang. He's on Twitter. He's been fighting the good fight. Shout out to that brother. Do I still have this? My bad. Okay. Shout out to the brother Dwayne Wang. But let me show you something that this brother has typed. And again, I think there needs to be more people like this, because a lot of y'all are using Umar as a template for Pan-Africanism. All right? Stop it. Stop it. Dwayne Wang's Pan-Africanist. Here's what Dwayne Wang says. For those of you, if you can read this here, you should be able to read it. But here we go. This is Dwayne Wang. Dwayne Wang is a budding lawyer. Says, I don't view Umar Johnson as a serious Pan-Africanist for the same reason I don't view, and you probably don't know these people, for Gasingbe and William Ruto as Pan-Africanists. Before he was FBA, Tariq Nasheed, we'll get into him, used Pan-Africanism to sell documentaries and t-shirts. In the movement, there have always been those who exploited Pan-Africanism for their own purposes and gains. And he is correct. So we go down here, and obviously, you have some people answering. Here's one of Umar's followers. Oh man, don't do Umar like that. As misguided as he's been. Oh, he's only been misguided for 20 years. He's been in some instances where I think he genuinely supports the cause of Pan-Africanism. No, he supports the cause of himself. You got to think of the amount of ego and the amount of just narcissism to call you the prince of Pan-Africanism, the most requested. Stop it already. And yeah, he said to inflate his ego. But I want to go down to this character right here. All right. This guy. This guy right here. Deshaun Farad. In all fairness, Umar is an active UNIA member, and he travels the world attempting to make alliances with the diaspora. He was doing this years before YouTube. Bullshit. This guy right here, Darshan Farad, right? This, let's go to him. This here is Darshan Farad. Hold on a second. Where are we at? Let's here we go. Nope. Boom, boom, boom. This. I did this review years ago. Umar Johnson's Camden book signing was another clown show. Did this 4 years ago, March 2021. This is Darshan Farad. All right. Now, Darshan Farad has a YouTube channel. He still has a YouTube channel. And he's obviously a supporter of Umar. But you can't find this video where he did the book signing on the YouTube channel anymore. This right here, this is when, the screenshot, he was getting flamed in the comments. Absolutely tattooed in the comments. And you can probably find this this book signing over on Facebook because it's no longer on YouTube. It's not on his platform. And it's funny, all these guys who are caping for Umar, they took all their Umar videos down. Information Man, if you're still there, you know Brandon. A lot of y'all know Brandon. Brandon is Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. The Pan-Africanist who is also a black maggot who is now a no jumper employee. How about that one? How about that one? How about, look at this. Look at this. The Pan-Africanist, right? Look at this, guys. He's now a no jumper employee, Pan-Africanist. Huh? He was caping hard for Umar just recently. So he went from Pan-Africanism to Trumpism. Now his platform is about the ratchet shit he does on No Jumper. And No Jumper, they like Adam 22. He knows who he recruits. You don't think he's laughing his ass off? You're going on there not to be the level-headed voice, but to get involved with the fuck shit and get into fights and do all types of stupid shit. This is what you do on No Jumper. Look at this. Hold on. Let me go here for a sec. With this guy who I had back and forth with, he was in the Umar sector. We all know him. He was causing the most shit in the Umar sector. This guy, Poetic Flacco. Huh? And now Brandon's over there basically, just doing fuck shit with over at No Jumper with these guys. All right, come on, man. But this dude right here, this guy,
most common,
Darshan Farad, still caping for Umar. Still caping for Umar. As Charlemagne, this is why Umar is still going to have a seat at the table. Malik Abdul Muhammad, I've heard of you, bro. I've heard you've been making the rounds. Said, I got, brother. Let me just post this for a second. I've seen you've been making the rounds. Okay. But a few of us, man, have been talking about Umar for a minute. You've been making the rounds. I got my brother Dashan last week for posting pictures of Umar on Facebook. He said, I know his work. I said, I know a lot. I know lots of folks that do his work, and that passed on everything Umar. Listen, bro. And again, that video that I showed, that's 4 years ago. 4 years ago. And still, look at where we're at. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. All right. So, right now, it's cool to drag Umar, as you know, right? Everybody is jumping on Umar. Uh, let's just go with some of the videos here. I mean, Umar, basically, he's the topic now. All right. Remember when back in 2020, 2021, everybody was attacking folks for getting on Umar. Why are you attacking a black man? Blah, blah, blah. You know, why are you going after the brother? Now everybody's trying to get the Umar content. This clown right here, this is Phil Scott. Don't believe anything that falls out of this man's mouth. He's hopping on the Umar content because he wants to get clicks and views. This guy's on some FBA shit, but now he's African diet. This guy's a buffoon. Fuck with that. Whatever he's saying, fuck what he says. So you got the music, you got everybody, you know, everyone's doing multiple videos in Umar now. And look at this. Listen, just press this.
But
listen, miss, all this stuff right here, we said all of this. Now she to be fair, she's going after Umar, but she goes after Pan-Africanism. But she's going after Umar. And see, it's the thing. Stop making Umar the template for Pan-Africanism. He's not. All he is a scam artist and a con man. Lots of people, I think I said this earlier, lots of people use pro-blackness and Pan-Africanism to move up. Jason Black is doing this. Tariq did this. Obviously, Phil Scott, I just showed you him. They all do that. This is why people get turned off. You hear people now saying, oh, Pan-Africanism is just for bums. And no, you just haven't met any real Pan-Africanist. People who aren't on the street spouting pseudo bullshit. Look at what this woman's talking about. And look at it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Look. All this
to 100.
Listen, all this stuff. We said this welcome to 7 years ago. Licensing and accreditation. This is how much he originally, and we told you this, and people were saying, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. You just saw the woman who I showed you on Instagram. Oh, we like, no, hold on a second. Is it still there? Yep. This woman said, what you call it? Takes the crowdfunding to get things done. Crowdfunding on a grassroots level with people who don't have the money like that. Crowdfunding is going to get you $250,000 just for licensing. Then the staff, how are you going to pay the oh, well, the teachers just, you know, your time, your labor. So he's already, forget this right here, you can scratch out because teachers are time and labor, free time and labor. So forget that. Marketing and admissions, 150,000. Working capital, 1 or 2 million. These numbers, we told you about these numbers before. There's a reason why the ceiling still has holes in it. It's a scam. The total startup 4.5 mil and 5 mil. Come on, guys. The high, that's the low end, by the way. But we told you about this. I saw the same, you say the same numbers. We told you about this long time ago. Holy cow, man. All of this stuff we told you about. Hold on a second. I got you know, all these numbers she's putting up. Hold on a second, miss. 1 second here. Hold on. Because, wait a minute. See, do I have it here? I should have it here. No, not this. Let's go back. Let's see. Weed. Here we go. This is my original video. Let's go back. 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 Well, what did I say? This is the HVAC, right? I told you all about. Hold on, hold on. I told you all about the HVAC in the weed and seed video. What I say the HVAC, the labor was low end. This was when 2020. I told you all about this. Low end, average, high end, labor. This is labor cost. Whew. Oh my God. Now, let's go back for a second. Yeah, everybody's getting on Umar, getting that content.
But
That's cool. That's cool.
And Anderson Cooper was
That's cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Some people are sincere. Some people go fuck yourself. All right. We know his agenda. I mean, we already know why he's doing it. Some of these people, like this dude, right? We already know this is what's his name? O'Shea, punk ass motherfucker. He'll do it for this, but he's not going to do it on Tariq. Again, we'll be on him in a second, right? I don't know if Umar's doing prison time. I'm just letting you know. I don't know about it, bro. We'll see. We'll see. People like this, they're very. I mean, he may just go to Africa and just go out there and chill. So we'll see. Again, fuck this dude. Pocket Watcher, shout out to him. And Pocket Watcher, of course, he brought up the numbers. He brought up all the numbers. Same numbers that we've all been telling y'all. Same numbers. Same numbers. He brought up the numbers. You see? This is how much dude owes. Again, Charlemagne, who's in the big tax bracket, this is nothing to him. This is lunch money. But we told you all about this. Big ups to Pocket Watcher. These guys fuck them because they were attacking people for going after Umar and saying, "Oh, this channel right here, guy by the name of Oh God, and who's else? What's his name? Solamine. Renee was on there too. I don't know what happened to Renee. Renee used to be like hooked up with Psycho for a while, on the show, not personally. I don't know, but not personally from what I know. But yeah, go check out Psychopathist. And Renee was on that show with Oh God, but Oh God used to literally just go down on Umar, like, yeah, we gonna protect him. Then he would have Lennon on his show in 2020. You knew why he brought Lennon on the show, because you want to click some views. Then when Lennon got on Umar, it's like, yeah, he's doing it too much. You can't go after one man. Meanwhile, now here these guys are eating up the Umar content, going after Charlemagne now all of a sudden. Now it's cool to go after Umar. But here's what I do not need. And Lord Jamari, I know he's a weirdo, but you know what? He's one of the few people that gave a legitimate interview to Umar. So I know he's a flat earth clown, but you got to give him credit. He gave one of the most. He pressed Umar. He's the only one who had the guts to do it. So I got to be fair about it. But here's what I don't. And this, yeah, like again, some of these people, I don't need it. But here's what I don't need. Here's what I don't need, y'all. I don't need to hear from people like Tariq Nasheed. I can't do it, bro. I can't hear from Tariq Nasheed trying to go after Umar Johnson. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it because you know what, bro? You are one of the main reasons why Umar blew up. He's one of the main reasons why Umar Johnson blew up. Remember this. This just trash, pseudo trash that he put out. Umar Johnson, he's not right on a lot of things, but sometimes he hasn't hit the nail on the head when it comes to Tariq Nasheed. And when he said that he's the reason that Hidden Color blew up, he is the one that is the reason that Hidden Color blew up. He's not lying. Umar Johnson is the reason why people watched. If you ever see any real numbers on what sold, I promise you that it's the first 3 that Umar was on. That's why that did so well. I promise you that. Now, obviously, he's on there talking a lot of pseudologies and you know. And Malik, I see you're cooking in there. I told him I was ashamed of his work to this day. Yeah, sure that me that thank you was friends with Umar. By the way, y'all, it's Umar drops a cash app. I ain't even put my cash app up there, bro. It's okay. It is okay because we're gonna do this now. But yeah, let me just read this. They've been promoting scammers for yes, they have. Yeah, they have. You know. Yeah, they have. I see Terrence Bailey, who's also a part of. He is the real. He's a real relative of Frederick Douglass. He now has a YouTube channel. See, again, everyone's coming out now with YouTube channel, which is cool. Which is cool. It's cool. But yeah, man. Hold on a sec. Hold on. Let me shut this off for a sec. Come on, load. All right. So let me just pin this up here and keep it moving. All right. What's up, Andre Friedman? Let me just go to some of the. Let's see some of the messages. See, I told him I was ashamed of his work to this on this day. Yes, sure. That's me. Thank you. I was friends with Umar from here in Cali. He said everything I advised him not to do, and then some. And speak that truth. Thank you, sir. Umar from Susa to Sheikies, he lost his mind. I don't think he lost his mind. I think he was always this. To be honest with you. I mean, I just think that when people look at this guy, look at some of the things that he does, my dude, back in 2020, everyone remembers that when the year begun and Kobe died. Like, come on, bro. When you saw him outside looking like a full-blown druggie, all right? Listen to some of the in fact, let me listen to this pseudo shit. I hope I don't get my channel turned off or anything turned off from even spouting this nonsense. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure that I have the right thing here. Let's see. No, not this. Pardon me for a sec. Actually, I can probably get it on TikTok. Hold on. I can probably get this on TikTok. But listen to this dude. This is not a doctor, man. This guy is not legit. Legitimate people don't say the shit that he says. Hold on a second. Let me try to get give me a second. I'm trying to get something here. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Damn, there was just a clip that I saw where he was just saying the stupidest shit. All right. It's just a lot of conspiracy bullshit that some of you believe, to be honest with you. So he'll just keep dropping it. But if you're a doctor, how does a doctor lean on conspiratard shit so much? How? Doesn't make any sense. Hold on a second. Damn, I just had it. Hold on. Actually, let me do this. Johnson. Diddy. I'll find it later. But let's just go into your boy Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to Haven Bullets, by the way. All right. I don't need Tariq Nasheed of all people to try to go after after Umar. Let's go to the videotape. Big ups to Haven Bullets. Fair use, by the way. Here you go. Listen to this fuck shit, bro.
I'm not trying to go there.
When I put out the video saying that's why, so you shouldn't call yourself the this and all those things that Umar. I never
Hold on.
I don't talk about. You're gonna debate you ever message because when he was doing the forms, you know, you can donate.
And we've been talking about this lately. Pan-African.
Hold on, listen to this.
Piling on him. I don't want to go that route. I'm not trying to go there. But, you know, this was presented as it was going to be a Pan-African institution meant to unify diasporic children and Afrocentric educators and all this stuff. And its failure after damn near, what, 2 decades, almost 2 decades of promises, it's being viewed as a symbolic collapse of Pan-African idealism without execution. You know, this is the reality. Pan-Africanism, it has really no tangible track record in America. You know, despite decades of rhetoric, and we've been talking about this lately, Pan-Africanism has produced very few institutions, schools, sustained infrastructure for Black Americans.
Guys, wasn't this guy grifting Pan-Africanism just for 10 years, maybe longer than that, with this hidden colors bullshit? Are y'all serious? People are listening to this dude. Are you serious? This guy was hustling all that Pan-Africanism and all the other shit for over a decade. Over a decade. And now he's going to turn around and use this guy who he said, go look back at the video when Tariq Nasheed blew up on Umar, and he said, yeah, I'll donate to his school. Why would you donate to something that you would think hasn't done anything for Black people? And what is it with this dogpiling on Pan-Africanism if, according to y'all, it's failed all these years? Matter of fact, let me show you something that I posted not too long ago. Let me show you something I posted not too long ago in my community section, just to show you how dense and how disingenuous these people are. And I'm not even a practicing Pan-Africanist like that. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this buffoon right here. Look at this. Huh? Black Americans are waking up. The trickery is uncovered. This guy said, I never saw roots. Like, I had to stop it for a second, like, huh? But look at what this fool said. This dude is a problem. This is another buffoon on Twitter. I never saw roots, but I remember Black folks making fun of Kunta Kinte, mainly from self-hatred, by the way. And the nappiness and the big lips and the big nose, making fun of Kunta Kinte because they knew it was a joke. Black folks weren't claiming to be from Africa until that fictional TV show Roots aired. Guys, how dense are these FBA dudes? Roots came out in 77. When Pan-African, Malcolm was out back in 60 years, 10 years or 15 years earlier than that. He died over a decade before that. Then there was Marcus Garvey over 70 years before that. And then there was Liberia. What are these people sniffing? My God. Oh, my God. Oh, brother. Let's go into the chat for a second. Like, this is just, I don't need to hear from Tariq Nasheed. I just can't do it. I can't do it. If Pan-Africanism is so weak and the countries are so dilapidated, how is it a threat? How is it a threat? How is it a threat? I've said in my last video, but it bears repeating right now. Umar Johnson keeps saying donate to the school, donate to the school, donate to the school, donate, donate, and stands in front of the school because he wants to keep the scam going. Tariq Nasheed is no different. He's saying delineate, delineate, knowing damn doesn't even know what the hell delineation means. But he's saying delineate. We got to delineate. Yo, we got to delineate, delineate, knowing that none of these guys have taken the first step to show their paperwork. They haven't had a paperwork party. They haven't done nothing to prove that they're quote unquote, I'm Black American. They have done nothing to prove any of the fact. But he's just going to keep saying delineate, delineate to keep the hustle going for as long as they can keep it going. Let me see this. Crap. Let's see. Garvey. Grand Garvey. Was it called Grand Garvey? Garvey. Hold on. Here we go. Garvey Grenade. Okay. Here it is. I found it. I found it. Let's list. This is the type of shit that Umar drops. Oh, here we go. Guys, listen to this. Again, I hope that this live doesn't get shut down, or that Umar that the YouTube doesn't put me in detention. All right. But this is a doctor, folks. This is a doctor, and this is the type of this man. I guess this is an Umar fan site. Where are we? Okay, here we go. Guys, listen to this. Good grief. Here we go. Share the screen. All right. Oh, good Lord. Let's go.
Puffy is in jail because he sued Diageo Liquor Company, one of the most powerful liquor companies in the world. He sued them and forced them to settle out of court, and he also started a Black First political party. Jay-Z is going through this because Jay-Z also sued a liquor company, if I'm not mistaken, and he's trying to open up a casino in New York City. He'll be the first Black man to ever do it. Michael Jackson died because he didn't want to sell Sony Records back, his ownership of the Beatles music, and he also wanted to buy Marvel Comics. He got accused of molesting them white boys, so when he entered a bid for Marvel Comics, Mike got accused of molestation to stop him from getting Marvel Comics. Imagine if Michael Jackson produced Black Panther.
Oh, God.
Whitney Houston is dead because Whitney Houston wanted her masters back. She wanted her publisher. And she also wanted to do an audit on her royalty because she felt that she had gotten robbed out of all the money that she made. Remember, Whitney Houston, up until Mariah Carey, was the highest selling female artist of all time. And her song, the remix of I Will Always Love You, is the highest selling female single in world history. And she was broke. She had to die before the truth came out. Prince was murdered because he didn't want to give his unpublished music over to his music company. So they took his life, and now they got all his music. Nipsey Hussle had created some sort of a system where the artists could sell their music direct to the company and cut out the majors. And that was definitely a threat to the music company. Kobe Bryant was murdered because Kobe Bryant was starting his own sneaker brand that was going to compete with Nike, and he was starting his own professional basketball association that was going to be headquartered where? China. He had to die. America was not going to let Kobe Bryant start a professional basketball league in China. Hell no. And Nike wasn't going to let him come out with a pair of sneakers that was going to undermine Nike's authority over the sneaker game. They killed Kobe. They killed Jimi Hendrix, the black guitar player, because Jimi Hendrix's manager was a British Secret Service agent, and Jimi Hendrix was going to finance the Black Panther Party. Once they found that out, he died, just like Whitney Houston, from a so-called drug overdose in the bathtub in the hotel. It's never what you think it is. It's never what you think it is.
Guys, this is what I'm saying. This is your doctor that you're listening. This shit. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Guys, this is what I'm saying, man. Like, this is the guy who you're gonna listen to. Whitney Houston was that. It's proven that she was a bigger crackhead than Bob. She put Bobby on drugs. What? Michael Jackson was a Chester. Stop the bullshit. That dude liked little white boys. Who else he mentioned? Nipsey. Nipsey got caught up in gang shit. This is the type of stuff I'm telling you. This the conspiracy shit is really holding us back. And this is supposed to be a doctor, a clinical psychologist, and these fools on that platform just let him speak and run his mouth. All right, they're part of the problem. They are part of the problem. These platforms, and this is why Charlemagne needs to be flamed. Why Charlemagne needs his ass kicked. What? Who else did he mention? Diddy, a liquor company? Jay-Z was going to open a gambling spot in New. Come on, guys. Oh, shit. Nas is partnering with a gambling spot, by the way, which is all the way on the other side of Queens, but it's not by no Queens Bridge. But a gambling spot? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is your Prince of Pan-Africanism. Spouting this nonsense. This shit, Prince and Michael were junkies. Sorry to break it to you. Love their music. They were both junkies. They had to. Prince was so high at one point. They had to do an emergency landing on a plane he was on. That's a lot. When you got to do an emergency landing on a plane because you're so fucked up on Percocets. Michael Jackson paid a doctor. He died because a greedy doctor couldn't tell him no. If this was a whole conspiracy, why was his family clapping and cheering when the doctor was sentenced? Nobody came out and said, no, we got to wait. This is bullshit. We got to wait for the. No one said that. Was paying the doctor $1 million a month to load him up with drugs. And dude looked like a skeleton at one point, and he should have just said, yo, Mike, yo, bro, yeah, this is enough with this. Nah, I'm paying you $1 million. You better stick me up with them drugs. Look at how Michael looked. Mike Jackson, yes, Michael Jackson. He mentioned him. Michael Jackson said in all those interviews, yeah, what's wrong with hopping in bed with little kids? I've listened to all of Michael's interviews. How about back in the early 80s when he said, yeah, I get into bed with the cancer patients and sleep with them. He didn't say anything sexual, but come on, that shit's weird. Oh my God. And both he and Tariq Nasheed, these guys love pushing the celebritard, conspiratard bullshit. Because you know that they know that black people will eat it up, man. But it's these big platforms that allow Umar to get on, and guys like Charlamagne, right? People like Charlamagne who keep sticking up for this dude because they want the clicks, they want the views. It's all it comes down to, man. They want the clicks, they want the views. Look at this one right here. Let's see. You still think that you still think Umar doesn't have his followers? Look at this.
A family came to America from Africa, 1701. Black man named Bailey, taken to Talbot County, Maryland. He married a black woman named Selah, for whom my daughter is named. 1745, they had Grandma Jenny. 1774, they had Grandma Betsy. Grandma Betsy married a free black man, Grandpa Isaac. They had 12 children. One daughter was named Harriet. Another daughter was named Young Betsy, my 5 times great-grandmother. These 2 black women, these 2 sisters, were raped by the slave master who owned our family. As a result of that rape, in 1818, Aunt Harriet gave birth to the greatest black leader to ever walk American soil. His name was Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey. At the age of 20, cousin Frederick ran away from slavery out of Baltimore through Philadelphia into New York, and he changed his name from Fred Bailey to Frederick Douglass to hide his identity on the fugitive slave trail. The next year in 1819, his half-brother and first cousin family came to America from Africa. 1701, black man named Bailey taken to Talbot County, Maryland. He married a black woman named Selah, for whom my daughter is named. 1745, they had Grandma Jenny. 1774, they had Grandma Betsy. Grandma Betsy married a free black man, Grandpa Isaac. They had 12 children. One daughter was named Harriet. Another daughter was named Young Betsy, my 5 times great-grandmother. These 2 black women, these 2 sisters, were raped by the slave master who owned our family. As a result of that rape, in 1818, Aunt Harriet gave birth to the greatest black leader to ever walk American soil. His name was Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey. At the age of 20, cousin Frederick ran away from slavery out of Baltimore through Philadelphia into New York, and he changed his name from Fred Bailey to Frederick Douglass to hide his identity on the fugitive slave trail. The next year in 1819, his half-brother and first cousin was born. My grandfather, Stephen Henry Bailey. Grandpa Steve married Grandma Caroline. Their firstborn son was George Washington Bailey, my 3 times great-grandfather and the first black public school teacher in Dayton, Maryland. When Abraham Lincoln allows the black soldiers in the Civil War, Grandpa George and his son, my grandpa Stephen, fought in the U.S. Colored Troops of Maryland. Frederick Douglass didn't fight, but he sent his sons, my cousins, Lewis and Charles. They went to the 54th Massachusetts Colored Regiment. When the Civil War was over, Grandpa George married Grandma Annie. They had Grandma Caroline. She moved to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She had Grandma Vivian. Grandma Vivian married a Spanish-speaking Afro-Cuban, my great-grandpa Cicero, who I met on his deathbed. They had my grandma Ida. She met and married James Johnson. They had my father Jamal. He met and married my mother Barbara in North Philadelphia. And on August the 21st, the anniversary of the Haitian Revolution, August the 21st, the anniversary of the Nat Turner Revolution, August the 21st, the anniversary of the George Jackson Prison Revolution, August the 21st, the day Emmett Till showed up in Money, Mississippi. I was born in North Philadelphia.
I know it was studied and rehearsed. I know, but the thing is, guys, this was a couple months ago. All right, we've been told you that this guy is not. He's been told a long time ago that he is not a relative of Frederick Douglass, and yet he tells that story. You heard the people in the background. Whoa, yeah, that's right. What? We told you about this dude already. Told you he's not. I mean, literally in the face of the Douglas family, and he's still telling that story. Man, oh man, I can just go on, man. And bottom line is, the bottom line, man, is people like Charlamagne, and I think Charlamagne could be getting kickback from this. He might be getting money. I hope. Here's the only thing I can hope, that obviously you've seen what happened with DJ Envy and Cesar Pena. Oh, by the way, Cesar Pena was charged and he was hauled off to jail. All right. Cesar Pena was charged, and now he's going to have to go to court for this Ponzi scheme. If you think that Envy is not going to be involved, think again. What if the Umar situation becomes a pretty big case? And here's what's going to happen, by the way. See, if this does become a big case, Let's just say if it does. I've said before, Umar's going to be fine. Umar's going to be fine because everybody, he's going to rally the troops. Everybody's going to get behind him, just like you've seen some people get behind freaking Diddy and Kells and whatever vagrant, well, whatever person who reprobate that you follow at this point. But he's going to rally the troops, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to support him. And I've even heard people say stupid shit like, "Oh well, you know, it's not like Umar got arrested yet, or he didn't get charged with nothing." No, he didn't get charged with nothing because he's been fucking over black folks. That's why he didn't get charged with nothing. Why did it take him so long to get after Diddy? Because Diddy was just screwing over black folks. That's why. Wasn't screwing after over any white folks like that. Goes after a white Latina all of a sudden. Oh shit. So he'll rally the troops. Will he do any time in jail? I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. Right? But at the end of the day, man, I mean, the only thing you can think could happen to Charlemagne if he did in fact give Umar money and Umar in fact, somehow he gets caught in the mix. I hope that happens to We Unlock. All right, because that dude has been doing the most. This dude is so desperate. It's how desperate. Let's go to this fool's platform for a second. Let's go into this clown's platform. And let me just show you how bad it's gotten with these dudes. Let's just show you how bad it's gotten. And by the way, let me just say this. I saw the interview. Hey, let me go back for a sec. And thanks y'all for coming through. Like, share, and subscribe. If you have any comments, leave comments in the comment section. All right. Well, let me just say this. I did listen to this interview. All right. With this woman right here. Listen, guys. Umar, we know he's a scumbag. And we know that there's nothing right about him. But this woman right here, I'm going to keep it a stack. She's not too far behind. She really isn't too far behind. Listen, just as far as her son, listen, good luck to her son. Her son's got to be embarrassed like anything else. She's not really saying anything new that what Umar's done. Yeah, she did bring up the fact that Umar, his mother is just. But my question is this: his mother has doesn't he have 5 other siblings? How come they're not helping him? That's what I want to know. If there's other siblings, why aren't the siblings helping her? And why is he bringing a woman? Like I said, he deals with fuck niggas and ratchet chicks. And she is a definition of ratchet. She knew about Umar. She knows Umar. Like I said, a lot of these people know Umar. So why aren't any of it's just a mess, man, because his grandkids, not his, and he travels everywhere. He's out and about. And she's laying in feces and piss and oh my God, it's just horrible, bro. It's bad. It's bad. It just isn't good. But yeah, man, it's a whole just shit show all the way around, bro. All the way around. All the way around. Let's just see in the chat. Once the family spoke out several times, that was it for me. I'm much too old with too much common sense to take Umar's fantasy over the Douglas family truths. Yeah, it's not rocket science, bro. He always wants to align with historical black features. I'm telling you, yeah, they're gonna use this in order to say, these No, it's just him. It's just him. Yeah, and if Umar, you're waiting for like Pan-Africanism it's been made the butt of jokes for a long time. In fact, some of these people even say, we threw Marcus Garvey out of the country. That was back in the early 1900s. So why is this such a threat? The Wayans brothers used to use this as a freaking punchline back in the 90s. So why are you attacking it? Oh, it's, it reminds you too much of blackness. So yeah, man. But let's go to this weirdo's stuff. This guy is so desperate. Let me just show you how desperate he is. Yeah, he hates Leonard. He hates anybody who goes after your boy. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. This is how desperate this dude is. All right. Let's go down. Let's go down. Let's go down. Oh, I guess this is, yeah, this is a message to KKC, I guess, right? Oh, I guess he took that down. Oh, no. He didn't take it down. He didn't take it down. It's over here. I'm guessing it's over here. Yeah, this is how desperate this clown is. You see this person right here? Now, this woman, she was also in the Umar sector. This woman right here. All right. Nutty individual this woman is. All right. She, after D. Durrell interviewed me a while back, right? And he was caping for Umar. He interviewed this woman next. This woman's name is Claudia. So she came. This is what this woman did. Oh my God. This woman who always claimed she was rich. I may play that video too. I may go ahead and play that whole video because that channel was shut down. It's my content now. This woman claimed she was rich. Talked about how she had all this money, blah, blah, blah. She claimed to have flown from California, her nice, suburban house in California, out to the bomb shelter. This is when it first opened. And again, check my video, Weed and Seed Community. And she went out into that dirty yard in the hood, in the middle of the hood, bought lunch. I went out there. There are no restaurants. It is absolutely barren out there. And she bought lunch and sat and ate in the middle of the hood, in a place she doesn't even know, in Delaware. In Delaware. This woman is sick. Oh, by the way, she died. She died from, probably some, weight related, because as you can see. But this woman, she used to go on KKC's panel, and she used to lie like crazy. Oh, I got this tax stuff. KKC would wait for like 15, 20 minutes. She would never get it. Again, everybody who was on that side, absolutely nutty. And what's so crazy, when she died, nobody even gave her nobody gave her any sort of send off, right? They did nothing. No send off, no nothing, man. But this is how desperate he is, grabbing people from the dead to go after Umar critics. That's how goofy this dude is. So yeah, man. Let's see. Bingo. He gets a bonus for certain rating on certain guests. Yeah, We Unlock is just like that dude. Obviously has a daddy issues and stuff, but let's go watch. And I'll put it in the chat. I think I've already put it in the chat, but I'll put it in there again. Raw B's video. And again, Raw B absolutely cooked this dude. And it needed to be done. It needed to be done. And Raw B is not the only woman who cooked him. He ain't the only. There's a slew of women who cooked this dude. And just make sure I get it. Raw B. Well, yeah, I'm glad, brother, that you rolled up on that dude, Deshaun. Like you're still caping for Umar, bro, with all the information we've already put out on this clown. But he's a person who will try to act like he's legit, right? And yeah, lovely tea. She cooked them, but yeah, go check that out. But yeah, guys, like, thanks for coming through. I mean, again, Charlemagne, if Umar is supposed to be going on the Breakfast Club, matter of fact, let me just he wouldn't put it up on his Instagram if he wasn't going. He would not put it on his Instagram if he wasn't going. If he finds his way on the Breakfast Club again, start writing their advertisers. Start writing their advertisers. If he's on the Breakfast Club again, start writing their advertisers. All right, because what it means that they just don't care about us. Start writing their advertisers. And if you get the chance, by the way, if you're in the New York area, if you're in the New York area, go see my video on the school that it's Lord Jamar's father-in-law school, the Trey Whitfield School. I did a whole review on that. Right, Trey Whitfield. It's a school right down the block from Q Butter. Um, yeah, man, check that out. But listen, hit the like, hit the share, hit subscribe if you want to donate to the channel. By all means, all right. Um, yeah. Oh, did they? Oh, good. Look, let us know. Do you have a YouTube channel, El Malik Abdul Muhammad? Hold on, El Malik Abdul Muhammad. Let me see. Because you've been making the rounds, which is good. Malik Abdul Muhammad. Uh, let's see, not Malik Zulu Shabazz. And you should visit. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't use YouTube. You're on Facebook. What's the name of your Facebook? Yeah. So, but yeah, just check it. Go to the Facebook of El Malik, Abdul Muhammad. All right. Listen, man, got to get rid of we got to hold these guys accountable. It's no longer about Umar anymore. It really Tariq is not getting called on mainstream media. Maybe they're starting to figure out the scam with him. And I'm gonna say this right now. Listen, what you see happening to Umar, all right? Be patient. It's gonna happen to Tariq Nasheed pretty soon. Just be patient with it. Be patient with it. It's gonna happen to him or one of his close associates real soon. Already did a video on your boy Jeremy, aka Jason Black, Jason Barbell. All right, who basically had to hire that. Like you can go look through my videos. The guy who's trying to be a mini Tariq. All right. Okay, so we'll look at it. Just look at Facebook under his name, man. Well, listen, thanks for coming through, y'all. Again, hit the like button, hit the share, hit subscribe. And yeah, man, the Charlemagne, again, this is not something to troll, bro. All right? Not something to troll. I'm sure before you leave the Breakfast Club, somebody has another beatdown ready for you, bro. All right? And I don't promote violence, but you know what, bro? I can see now why you were caught lacking a few times on the Breakfast Club. So yeah, man. Thanks for everyone to come through. Hit the like button. If you have any comments, just leave comments at the bottom and let me know. And until next time, man, we'll be back. And stay tuned. I'm sure this Umar saga is not over. So thanks for coming through. Peace.